a citizen of the United States of America,
a citizen of the United States of America,
and a resident of the state of Florida,
and a resident of the state of Florida,
and the city of Fort Lauderdale,
and the city of Fort Lauderdale,
and being an officer of the city of Fort Lauderdale,
and being an officer of the city of Fort Lauderdale,
and a recipient of public funds as such officer,
and a recipient of public funds as such officer,
do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
that I have all the qualifications required by the charter
that I have all the qualifications required by the charter
for the office upon which I am now about to enter,
for the office upon which I am now about to enter,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and I support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Florida.
and the state of Florida.
Congratulations to you.
Just briefly to the outgoing commission, I think it was mentioned by Romney. Just briefly, I want to talk about the future of Fort Lauderdale. And, you know, we were in some very tough economic times. And I think we all recognize that. I don't think anybody in this room has not been hit by the downturn in the economy. But really, it's going to create some tremendous opportunities for us. We've got some challenges ahead, but those challenges are going to result in some great opportunities. And I look to my left and to my right, and I see a commission that I am going to love to serve with. Chief Roberts, you were an outstanding police chief here in this town. You've been here, you've got deep roots in the community, and I think your leadership on issues as it relates to public safety and law enforcement are going to be critical to how we as a body serve this community. We're going to depend on you and rely on you for leadership on those issues. Charlotte, you're the experienced member of this. I mean, think about this. The only returning commissioner, and I think your knowledge and know-how and your public service, the way you serve your area, is going to help lead all of us in how we respond to our constituents and our community. So we're going to take your lead on working with the community. Bobby, and I will tell you, I get chills when I see your family and friends reaction. I was at the Elks Lodge that night when you won, and that is a family that loves you, that supports you. You know, being out in the community and knowing that community for as long as I have known it, you are truly a man of the community, and you hold the future of that community in your hands. And I can't think of anybody that's more up to the task of stepping up and representing that district. We all know that over the years, we have neglected certain areas of the city. And we, as a commission, need to make sure that doesn't happen again. We need to make sure that we give that district the time, the attention, and the resources it needs to succeed. So Bobby, we're going to take your lead on what needs to be done out there. I think when you look at the way the city is structured, it is set up with 4 commission seats, all by district, and the mayor serves at large. And I think that so many times people think, well, you just got to follow the lead of the mayor. I think, no, the mayor needs to learn to follow the lead of the commissioner of the district to make this city more successful, because you know your districts. So Bobby, when it comes to your district, we're going to be following your lead. I think you're going to have a tremendous rise. I think you've got such a support system, such a group of people in place. When I look at my friends like Chris Smith, Joe Eggleston, and Alcee Hastings, and Art Kennedy, Harry Thurston, and I realize those are the same people that are advising you. We are going to be very successful with you leading in that role. And Romney, you know, we've known each other a long time. I've known you as a lawyer, seen you around the courthouse and worked with you, but what stands out for me is that you are someone that just gets the job done. Whether it's a lawyer, you got the job done. Whether working with your church, you got the job done. Working with the chamber, you got the job done. So we're going to need you to continue to get the job done. And I'm looking forward to serving with you. I think you've got a tremendous way about you. I've watched you mix and mingle in every setting, and I think you're going to be very successful. And with that district you have, as Jim knows that district so well, the diversity in that district is amazing, but I think you're the guy that can bring that whole district together and get it done. And let me tell you, as you sit up here and look out at this room, this is an incredibly diverse crowd. I mean, this is Fort Lauderdale. And if you look to your left and you look to your right, you realize this is Fort Lauderdale. With all its diversity, with all its people from different walks of life, different backgrounds, and it's a great community. And we're going to have to bring this whole community together to get through the next 3 years. It's going to be a tremendous task. We're going to have to deal with some very tough budgets. I suspect that we'll probably hit the ground running tomorrow working on the budget. And I've already met with our city manager on that, George, and we'll be spending a lot of time trying to make sure we don't raise taxes ever while we serve this community. We've got to make sure that we, realize efficiencies, that we find the necessary cuts to provide the services and provide the services well. And I think as we think about that, we've got to look at public safety first and foremost. I have always been a believer that if government can't provide public safety, then government ought not to be in business. It's the number one reason for government. It's the reason this country was created. If you go back to our founding documents with a reference to ensuring domestic tranquility. And so we've got to make sure that for you out there that we provide great public safety, that we provide a safe and secure community for you to live, for you to raise your family, for you to work and play, and that's going to be our number one thing. Second thing we're probably going to have to focus on after the budget is we're going to have to focus on getting this economy going again. This is a tremendously successful community in terms of the tourism and marine industry, and we cannot forget that. This city was built on the backs of tourism and on the backs of the marine industry. The marine industry here in Broward County is about a $10.5 billion economic impact annually. We cannot turn our back on that. In fact, we need to enhance that. We need to work closely. I see Frank Carehold from the marine industry here. We need to work closely with the marine industry. And when we start to restore this economy, we need to do that with the marine industry. And I see a lot of leaders of the tourism community here. Frank and Phyllis Lecanto and Pat Mascola and Tim Chavone. Where's Tim? I saw Tim here too. We've got some great leaders from the tourism industry, and we need to also work with them, because that is a multi-billion dollar impact on this community. And with those two, we can come back and get out of this recession, and we can prosper. Because in 2011, we're going to celebrate our centennial. And when we celebrate that centennial, I expect at that point in time, this city will be hitting on all cylinders. And we're going to come out, and we're going to be the greatest city that we can be on our 100th birthday. And I think we need to focus on that. In fact, I talked about it last night. I was with Joan and Pete Sheridan in a meeting, but I'm going to suggest to this commission that we kick off a volunteer service project with a goal of a certain number of hours that we reach on our 100th, in honor of our centennial. Because this community is a community that loves to serve, that loves to volunteer, and we're going to call you to service. And we're going to ask you to volunteer, and we're going to ask you to continue to work as hard as you have worked in the past and go a step above that. Because this is a great city, and it is a great city, not because of the people that are elected, but because of the people we serve, the bosses out there. With that, I got a note here from Bobby that he needs a second to recognize someone else who just walked in.
Sorry about that. They didn't just.
Here from the county. That's actually what I was saying to the end. Government is here to serve the public. That is our job. And we serve the public at the city level, and you serve the public at the county level. And for so long, we have never worked well together. And I think that we, here at the city of Fort Lauderdale, need to work very well with our neighboring cities, with the county, with the state, and pull together to do what's best, because we are going to have to start sharing resources. We're going to have to start sharing ideas. And I'm excited with the opportunity to work with the county commission. This is the capital city here in Broward County. It has been the center of commerce and government and law and education. And so the partnership needs to be stronger between the county and the city. And I pledge to you that we're going to work extremely well with the county commission in order to accomplish things on behalf of all the citizens. Because at the end of the day, the public doesn't care if the services are provided by the city or the county or the state. They just want the services provided. And they don't care if the ideas come out of the city or the county or the state. They just want good ideas. And so we're going to work closely with the county, whether it's on the new courthouse, whether it's on downtown transit, whether it's on density issues. And I'm glad you're here, and I hope you can take that message back to the county on behalf of the city of Fort Lauderdale that we're here to work with you all and get some things done here in Broward County. So,